This Florida store spies on you while you shop. You walk in thinking it's just another quick stop, grab a few things and go, but what you don't realize is the second you step through those doors, you're being tracked. Not just watched, tracked. Your phone, your face, your habits, all of it. And the worst part, you didn't sign up for any of it. In this video, I'll show you how this store is secretly collecting your data, what they're doing with it behind the scenes, and the one place in Florida that refuses to play along. Let's jump in. When you walk into a grocery store, you probably think you're just grabbing milk and eggs, but what you're really doing is stepping into a giant surveillance machine. And you probably don't even know it. You grab a cart, start browsing, maybe you pull out your list, but what you don't see is all the invisible stuff happening in the background. The second you walk in, some stores are picking up signals from your phone. Doesn't matter if it's in your hand or in your pocket. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that stuff's pinging out and getting tracked. They're not just watching where you go, they're following how long you stand in front of things, what direction you move in, and even what shelves you stop at. That's not by accident. They want to see what grabs your attention and what doesn't. Some stores take it even further with tech that maps out where customers spend the most time. It's like a heat map of your body in the store. They use that to figure out where to place products, how to move stuff around, and which areas make them the most money. And they're not just doing this for fun. They want to learn how to sell to you without you even noticing it. The layout of the store, the signs, the displays, it's all based on what they see you doing. The tracking doesn't stop at your movements either. It connects with what you buy. If you scan your loyalty card or punch in your phone number, that info gets tied to your shopping trip. Now they know what you looked at and what you walked out with. You're not just buying groceries, you're feeding a system that watches, records, and remembers what you do every single time. And to be clear, just about every grocery store out there is using some kind of tracking. Whether it's your phone, your credit card, or those loyalty programs, they're watching in some way. The part that's tricky is most stores stay real quiet about how far they've taken it. Stuff like facial recognition and heat maps, they don't really talk about that. So it's hard to know exactly who's doing what. But one thing's for sure, if you got a rewards card or a loyalty app, they're definitely keeping tabs on what you buy and when. That's not a guess, that's happening. And those cameras you see all over the stores, most people think that they're trying to stop shoplifters or help you feel safer on their property. But that's not the complete reasoning behind it. The truth is, these stores are collecting way more than you think, and they're doing it without really telling you. There's no big sign that says, "We're watching everything you do." They don't ask for permission, it's all buried in some long privacy policy that nobody reads. And it doesn't stop at just watching you walk around. Some stores are now testing facial recognition. Yeah, cameras that don't just see you, they read you. They try to figure out if you're happy, annoyed, confused, or excited just by looking at your face. You frown at a price, that gets noted. You grin at a deal, they remember that too. Some systems are even trying to match your face with past visits so they can build a pattern. It's like a mood tracker for your shopping trips. And you ever wonder how those ads on your phone seem to know exactly what you were just looking at in the store? Like you walked past a case of energy drinks and now boom, a Red Bull ad shows up an hour later. That's not a coincidence. That's the system working exactly how they want it to. And what happens with all this info? It doesn't just stay in the store. A lot of it gets passed on to outside companies you've never heard of. Advertisers, data firms, whoever's willing to pay, they're building a profile on you, what you like, how you shop, how you react. And you never said yes to any of it. That's the scary part. Most people don't even realize it's happening. And because nobody's asking questions, these stores just keep doing it quietly every day while you shop. And it's not just grocery stores doing this stuff. Big chains like Walmart and Target are allegedly in on it too. Back in 2017, Walmart filed for a patent for some facial recognition tech that could tell if you're upset while you're checking out. Like if you're annoyed or not happy with something, that's straight from a report by Retail Dive. Now, it's not clear if they're actually using it in stores today, but the fact they even thought about it means it could be part of the plan. And Target, same deal. According to a 2018 ACLU report, Target collects info from loyalty programs, apps, and online activity to personalize your offers. When they were asked if they use facial recognition, they allegedly refused to confirm or deny it. Wouldn't say yes, wouldn't say no. That's how this game works. These companies stay real quiet about what kind of surveillance they're running, but if it's also harmless, why so secretive? All right, here's where things go from sneaky to straight up profitable. The reason these stores are tracking you so hard isn't because they care about your shopping experience. It's not about helping you find better deals, it's about money, big money. Supermarkets aren't just in the grocery business anymore, they're in the data business. And that's where the real cash is being made. Take Kroger, one of the biggest grocery chains in the country. They started something called precision marketing. Sounds pretty fancy, right? What it really means is they collect everything they can about you, what you buy, how often you shop, what coupons you use, what aisles you linger in, even what time you usually shop. Then they take that info, put it in a big digital folder, and sell it to other companies. Advertisers, insurance companies, even political campaigns, whoever's buying. Now, here's the wild part. Kroger didn't just do this for fun. They expected to make up to $1 billion in extra profit just by selling shopper data. Not from groceries, not from selling bananas or bottled water, from selling you, your habits, your patterns, your personal information. And what do you get in return? Maybe a coupon for 50 cents off yogurt. That's it. You're not the customer anymore. You're the product. You ever wonder why they push those loyalty cards so hard? Sign up and save, get exclusive deals. It all sounds great, but those cards are just permission slips for them to track and sell your info. That little bit of savings you get, that's bait. It's nothing compared to what they're making off your data behind the scenes. And don't think it's just one store doing this. The whole industry is paying attention. If one grocery chain can make $1 billion off data, you better believe the rest are jumping in too. The more they know about you, the easier it is to target you, manipulate you, and sell more stuff. Not just groceries, anything. So yeah, you're not just buying food anymore, you're also feeding the system, and you probably didn't even know it. But here's the good news. Not every grocery store is playing the creepy data game. Trader Joe's is one of the few that actually says, no thanks, we're good. You walk into their store, and guess what? No loyalty cards, no apps, no digital coupons you gotta scan. Nobody's tracking your eyeballs or your footsteps. And you know what else? They're not sending you follow-up emails, begging you to take a survey, or offering a deal if you just tell them how your shopping journey was. They don't care about all that. They just want to sell you groceries and send you on your way. Trader Joe's said it themselves on their podcast, Inside Trader Joe's. They don't like loyalty programs because those things are really just sneaky ways to track people. They straight up called it invasive. And they're not wrong. Instead of spying on you to build some fancy data profile, they decided to focus on the stuff that actually matters. Good food, fair prices, and employees who are actually nice to you. It sounds simple, right? But it works. Everybody gets the same deal at Trader Joe's. It doesn't matter if it's your first time there or your 100th. You don't have to earn a discount by giving up your privacy. There's no members-only savings or exclusive offers just for downloading the app. You pay the same prices as the person in front of you and the person behind you. That's how it should be. And here's something a lot of people don't know. Trader Joe's is owned by Aldi. Yep, the same Aldi where you bag your own groceries and pay $0.25 for a cart. They're known for keeping things low-key and simple, and that includes staying out of your personal business. So it makes sense that Trader Joe's follows that same mindset. While the big-name stores are out there trying to turn every shopper into a walking data stream, Trader Joe's is just stocking the shelves and keeping it real. No tracking, no tricks, no gimmicks. Just food and a smile. That's why people trust them, and that's why you don't see them wrapped up in the same privacy mess as everybody else. So, good job, Trader Joe's. All right, now that you know what's going on behind the scenes, let's talk about how not to get dragged into it. You don't have to be part of this weird grocery store spy game. There are some easy ways to protect yourself and keep your shopping trip from turning into a data grab. First thing, skip the loyalty programs. I know it sounds nice to save a couple bucks, but those rewards are just a trick to get your info. Every time you scan that little card or punch in your phone number, you're handing them a map of your shopping habits. What you buy, how often, when you shop, it's all going into the file. That 5 cents off cereal? Not worth it. Second, turn off your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi before you even walk in. Your phone's basically a little signal tower that stores love to track. They can tell where you're at in the store, what aisle you stood in too long, and how often you come in, even if you're not using their app. So just flip it off for a bit. It's easy. Third, use cash if you can. I know we're all used to just tapping to pay with our phones now, but that swipe leaves a trail. Credit cards link your identity to everything you buy. When you pay with cash, it's anonymous. Nobody can chase that pack of chicken thighs back to you. And last, shop at stores that don't mess with this stuff. Trader Joe's and Aldi's keep it simple. They're not trying to build a profile on you or sell your habits to some ad company in another state. They just want to sell you groceries. So you got options. You can shop smarter and keep your privacy. You just have to know the game, and now you do. I think the best thing we can do is just be aware of who's collecting our data and what they're doing with it. And I'll be honest, I got a loyalty program too, but after digging into this, I'm seriously thinking about canceling it. It's not just the tracking that bothers me, it's that nobody ever told me what was happening. So whether you decide to ditch the loyalty program or keep it, that's your call. At least now though, you know what's going on behind the scenes. And once you know, you can make the call that actually works for you. Now, will Florida actually step in and stop this data collection scam? I think that'd be fantastic, but honestly, I don't know if they will or even if they can. But here's something they are doing that we can finally be proud of. Click here to see why Florida is finally banning this. It's been going on in our skies for way too long, and now lawmakers are stepping in. But what exactly are they banning and why now? Click here to find out.